Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the mid-March 2022 reading for the zodiac sign of Scorpio. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you any intuitive messages that I receive, but I'll also provide you the meaning of tarot cards. I do recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my channel. That helps me greatly, and when you subscribe, you'll be notified when I post videos in the future. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump in, Scorpio, and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close. Column number 2, we're going to take a look at what's happening through the end of March. We're going to do a love column, a money column, and in our 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We also are going to take a look at your crystal of the month, the healing note, and I'll give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. So let's pull a summary card here. We have the card efficiency. Efficiency is always good. So likely something has happened in the last few weeks, Scorpio, where you've become more efficient at something. For those of you that don't know me, I work in business efficiencies outside of tarot reading, so I am a big fan of efficiency. But let's see what messages come through here. So our first row, we have all major arcana cards. Haven't seen that happen in a while. So typically it's big, clear messages for us. The first card that we have is the Devil card. The Devil card is a card of addiction, greed, envy, materialism, obsession. Some of you could have been really focused on this. A lot of times when I've seen the Devil card lately, it's like a hyper focus on something, like you're obsessing over something. But let's keep reading through and see what other messages we get here. The next card that we have is the Hermit. The Hermit is about going within for clarity. You see this light here. That light is the light within you, Scorpio. And that helps you kind of make sure that you're staying on your own path, staying on your personal quest, staying on your spiritual journey. Let's take a look. Then we have the Fool at the bottom. The Fool is a card of fresh hope, taking chances, going on a new path, adventure. I feel like there's been like a check and adjust that has happened for you, Scorpio. Something wasn't right in life and you were really focused on it, really worried about it, and you kind of like checked in with yourself and it wasn't what you wanted, and now we're going on this new path. So I really like this message for you. It's pretty clean, pretty direct, but life is all about checking and adjusting to make sure that we're on the right path all the time. And it seems like you did that, which is really good. The first clarifying card that we have is the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is wishes coming true. It's material abundance. It's good health. Makes total sense. So this is again just saying this wasn't what you wanted. You know what you want. You figured out what you wanted. And now we're moving towards this more abundant place, this better health, these better habits. The next card that we have is the Star card. Conveniently, you have the 2 lights there. But the Star card is a card of renewal, hope, inner clarity. So you have 2 cards about going within for inner clarity and making sure that you're on your right path and journey. It seems like this is a really good shift that happened for you, Scorpio. Now let's take a look at the bottom card here. We have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is a necessary transition. So this is just a reminder that what happened needed to happen. You really needed this check and adjust, this new beginning. If you look at this card, it's kind of gloomy. Everybody's facing away from us. Their heads are hanging down low and their swords stuck in the boat. But again, this is part of that necessary transition. So something that had to happen for you. Now let's take a look at our next column, which is how you're going to end out the month of March. So just some general messages. We have the card Core. Core is about like following your heart. You see how illuminated the heart is in this card. So making sure that you're staying true to yourself and doing the things that you want. Let's see what messages we have though. The first card we have is the High Priestess. This is a card of reminding yourself to trust your intuition and trust yourself. Makes total sense. We're talking about being in tune with our heart, our inner being. So really as you navigate the remainder of this month, make sure you're in touch with yourself and trust your intuition. The next card that we have is the Five of Swords. This is a card of typically a not very good relationship. This person's a bully. There's theft, violence, some sort of abuse, somehow toxic. We're going to clarify this card and see. You might be separating a relationship. It could be your spouse, partner, it could be friend, it could be family, it could be coworker. There seems to be some sort of healthy relationship that isn't feeding your core here that likely you'll be kind of breaking off with at the end of March. The next card we have, Scorpio, is the Hierophant. This is a card of tradition, expectations, conformity. I do likely think that this Five of Swords person is probably a family member, given the Hierophant, that's that very close family tie, traditional. Let's clarify and see what other messages I can give you here. The first clarifying card we have is the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is about working really hard. It's about mastering your craft. I feel like this is just an indicator that as we go into the end of March, you likely are going to be pretty busy, Scorpio. There could be a lot of different things going on. You could be getting a lot of different information. So again, make sure you're trusting your intuition, trusting yourself as you navigate. The next card we have is the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands indicates new, and for there to be new, there has to be an ending. So again, I do think that there will be some sort of relationship end coming in for you. Somebody that's just not serving your core. Then at the bottom, we have the Empress. The Empress is a card of creation, a card of abundance. I feel like there will be so much more when we break ties with this relationship is what this is saying. The Hierophant's also a card of expectations, and this is going to be able to exceed your expectations. Like it's almost like after this relationship ends, you feel better than you ever thought you would. This is also a card of fertility and pregnancy, so there's a chance for some of you you'll be finding out that you're pregnant, or you could be having a baby. You could also be becoming a grandparent, or there could just be like a baby in the family. Now in our next column, we're going to take a look at money, anything related to money. So think job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, anything related to money. So I do feel like just at a quick glance that some of you will be switching jobs here. But let's read through these one at a time. The first card that we have is the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is a card of withdrawing, retreating, moving on. If you look at this card, there are 8 cups stacked up, and they're stacked up pretty nicely, and yet this person is still moving away from them. So definitely an indicator of a transition or moving on to something new. The next card that we have is the Queen of Cups. This is a card of support, so I do feel like for some of you, you're not feeling supported or in your current job, and that's what's prompting you to possibly make this move. The interesting thing about the Queen of Cups is, like, if you look at this cup, it's more of like a trophy than a cup, and this is you, Scorpio, so if at any point in time you're questioning that, this trophy is you. So make sure you know your worth and that you're being treated to your worth. Then at the bottom we have a repeat Six of Swords. We had that a little bit earlier in the reading. Again, this is a card of necessary transition. Some of you could be moving, and that could be part of the reason why you're switching jobs as well. But definitely I feel like you likely will be switching jobs just based on this spread here. The next card that we have is the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is a very resourceful card. I like seeing the Queen of Pentacles in the money column because resourceful is good with money. So take this as validation that I think you're doing the right thing for money. Also, when it comes to switching jobs, if you are on the fence about doing that, I do see it being a financially beneficial move to switch jobs. The next card we have, Scorpio, is the King of Pentacles. Another money card. This is very solid, very practical, very wise. This is a card of new investment too, so some of you could be taking on a new investment going into the end of March, but another really great money card to have in the money column. Then at the bottom here we have the Four of Swords, or excuse me, the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a celebratory card, so you definitely are going to be really happy making this job switch. This is going to be a good career jump for you, absolutely celebration worthy. Now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to love. So this could be family, friends, relationships. It could be children as well. So think anything in the love vein there. The first card that we have, Scorpio, is the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is a very patient card. This is typically a card that's associated with money, so oftentimes this is a new job, raise, some sort of money news. I know this is the love column we're talking about, but of course, when you get a new job, or your spouse gets a new job, or your partner gets a new job, of course that has an impact on kind of love life and those relationships. So this could be you, but this could also be your partner. For some of you, you could be moving in together too. I see this card a lot when it's like two households becoming one. So there's two incomes now coming into play. But a good money card as it relates to love as well. The next card that we have is the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is a card of nightmares. You see this person is sitting up in bed. It's a card of worry. It could be grief or depression, so some low feelings. Some of you could have a recent breakup that you're still processing through, and you're feeling some of those low feelings. For others of you, there appears to be something related to love that you're worrying about. Maybe worrying about to the point where it's keeping you awake at night. The next card that we have is the Moon card. The Moon card is a card of voluntary changes, and we do have the Face and the Moon here, so this is about trusting your intuition. So there's probably going to be a shift as it comes to relationships too. Again, you could be going into a new relationship. Some of you could be getting over a relationship, or possibly like you're moving in. Let's see what other kind of love messages I can give you here. Oops. So we do have the Moon card. For those of you that know, I always like when the same card comes up twice. It means the universe is kind of like saying, I meant what I said. With the Moon card, this is a card of, again, trusting your intuition. There's going to be some sort of change going on. Makes sense. There could be new love, new job, even moving in together. So something that impacts you financially related to love as well. The next card that we have is the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is a card of not very good relationships. These are your bullies, theft, violence, abusive, those kind of toxic relationships. So for those of you that are really feeling this Nine of Swords, I do feel like you likely came out of a pretty bad toxic relationship that you're working on getting over. This could be a family member too, or a friend. Unfortunately, sometimes we have family that's not the best, or we have friends that are not the best. But there's definitely some healing that needs to happen associated with some relationship. It just didn't seem to be the best relationship. The next card that we have is the Eight of Cups. We had the Eight of Cups a little bit ago too. Again, we're going through some sort of transition here, so making sure that you're trusting your intuition with that Moon card, trusting yourself. The Eight of Cups, again, just echoes that we're kind of withdrawing, we're retreating. So for those of you going through that breakup or that not very healthy relationship, that makes total sense. And for some of you, you're just moving through, you're on to the next stage, you're going into that new transition. Now at this point in time, we're going to take a look at our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. So this is going to be something to carry into the end of the month of March for you. Let's see what our summary card is here. We have the card Potential. Potential is a really neat card. Life is full of endless possibilities and endless potential. I feel like in March, you're going to be scooting closer to your potential. Like you're going to be taking steps forward where you're becoming a much bigger person than you've been in the past, Scorpio. So really a moment of growth. And like I said, taking that step forward, tapping into a little bit more of your potential there. But let's take a look and see what we've got going on. The first card that we have is the Five of Pentacles. Worry has come up, kind of spread out through this reading, and Scorpio, that message is continuing. So the Five of Pentacles can mean a couple different things. Some of you could have been sick and not feeling the best now, so maybe you'll be looking at your potential as in getting physically fit or starting to eat better, exercise more. So for those of you having poor health, I think we are moving forward in the health sense. This can also be a financial card. Some of you could specifically even be worried about money, but the Five of Pentacles is also just a card of worry. So again, we've had worry kind of spread out through the reading. We're going to clarify that, but I think this is going to be another kind of like you don't need to worry moment, especially if you look at the spread reading down. Things look really, really good. I know you're worried, but everything's coming together really nicely for you, Scorpio. The next card we have is the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is a card of celebrations. It's having a circle of support. You see these people standing in a circle here. It's also a card of friendship. Friendship is a really good thing too. Make sure you're leaning on those that you're close to. But I feel like you're going to be celebrating this. You're realizing that you're tapping into this potential, and it's going to be celebration worthy. And then for those of you again that are worried, we have the Ten of Cups at the bottom here. For those of you that know me, you know me that the Ten of Cups is my favorite card in the entire deck. We have all of our cups in the full rainbow there. There's a happy couple, kids playing, the grass is green, there's water running in the background, and there's a house in the background. This is like the card of everything is how I describe it. This is total love, total support, contentment, very much so a family card. So just know that you're moving towards this total love and contentment. Let's see what other messages I can give you here. The first card we have is the Ten of Pentacles. So for those of you that are worried about money, again, this is saying you don't need to. Ten of Pentacles is a great money card. It's about leaving a legacy. It's retirement, inheritance, large sums of money. The nice thing about the Ten of Pentacles, when we talk about leaving a legacy, it's a long-term money. So again, you're moving closer to your potential. You're becoming more of who you want to be. And this is just like confirming you're doing the right thing for long-term. The next card that we have is the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is a card of waiting for results. Sometimes it indicates making a choice sometimes. I do feel like making a choice is going to be happening for some of you because you didn't just get on this path. You somehow had to put yourself on this path. But you're going to be celebrating making the choice to take yourself this new direction, Scorpio. Then at the bottom here, we have the Page of Swords. This is about like truth. And I think you're going to see the truth much sooner than you expected. Again, we have the Ten of Cups, which is the card of everything. So it's almost like seeing the truth, living your truth. Overall, really, really good, Scorpio. Now at this point, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use the Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause this video and think of them really quick. But for question number 1, we have the Jack of Spades. This is the number 52 card. That's going to be a yes. For question number 2, we have the King of Diamonds. This is number 15 card. That's also a yes. And for question number 3, we have the Jack of Clubs. This is number 45 card. That's also a yes. So we have yes, yes, yes. If you watched your video earlier this month, Scorpio, we did pull a card from this Healing Stones deck. Healing Stone, it's a crystal to carry with you for the month of March. So keep it in your pocket, put it on your nightstand, keep it on your desk at work. The crystal that you had was agate. This helps retreat, keep you calm, keep you stable, and it really protects you from any outside influences. And then last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. We can all always use more healing. The note says, healing may not be so much about getting better as it is about letting go of all the expectations, the beliefs, and becoming who you really are. Thank you so much, Scorpio, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. If you feel inclined, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. And again, if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my channel. That helps me a ton. And when I post new videos, you'll be notified. But thank you again, Scorpio, and have a wonderful rest of your March.